Welcome. Wasn't I surprised Sega, was a publisher first time? Anyways, welcome to RSG Endless Space 2, Episode 9. So eventually I'll get the DLCs, but I don't really have the money to spare right now, so I gave too much of it away to Paul. And that's moderately more true than it should be. Or not necessarily should be, but... or shouldn't be. But yeah, since I've been playing Stellaris, I feel like, hey, because this is basically much more polished and stylized Stellaris, I think. So, I'm thinking that I'm going to do this, yeah. A little late to think. See, those dislikes were increasing if anyone watches this. But anyways, I just mean to say that I think because of Stellaris, I'm at least moderately ready for these types of games now. Oh, I want to see if because I'm going to have to do the tutorial again, of course. Alright, so new game. Beginner. Okay, it's forcing me to do this. Or it's forcing me to be Imperium.
Under the visionary leadership of Emperor Zelivus, we have become a proud and powerful nation. It is time to rise up, grasp our future, and seek our destiny among the stars.
Oh, I need to fuck with options now I think about it.
We shall construct great fleets. Send them out to make great discoveries.
I love the ship design in this game.
Secure our place in this rich galaxy. We will discover new sciences and new life. We will greet new peoples and turn them into new patriots. Together, we shall leave our mark on history. For together, we can become anything our hearts desire.
The human way.
Whatever the cost, whatever the effort, let us not shy away from the greatness that is our birthright.
Don't intern one already.
Of great peace and prosperity for the Empire. Usurpers have been vanquished, disagreements resolved, wars ended. The Empire is truly united. Now is the time for your great nation to forge a path to the stars, to bring your great civilization to other worlds, to impress upon any other races you discover that your way is the best way.
Zyphreium 3, Unite. Oh, it just goes by my Steam name, I guess. It's theoretically in the control of a central monarchy. However, the rate of expansion means that society cannot be ruled that way effectively and fast. The systems of the colonial dysphoria are colonized by designated corporations who work hand in hand with the Ministry of Investment and Development. The Ministry of Security is involved as well. Need for native and/or alien pacification. Security forces, defense, and surveillance, defending the Emperor's will. Emperor is a powerful thing used influence by technology, constructions, and items in the marketplace, generating influence for each construction. So we're Expansionist 1. Strong propaganda lapped up by eager colonists means that people are less inclined to be annoyed when their empire grows. Good. So real patriots are ready to give their blood and life to the empire, lead to higher construction rates on systems, so we can have more, armies? I don't know. Well, population that we can use for military? The internet starts with this sentence you discovered. Whether you wish to make trade or choke to death. Research, wage war, and peaceful relations with aliens and communication must first be studied and conversation brought to a higher. Merely dropping prepositions and speaking more loudly. Agribusiness starts with the synology you already discovered. Also incremental breakthroughs in trade. Gains cultural translations and the handling of xenofoods, together given an umbrella term world agribusiness. It's diverse types of growth in nutrition, fuel, and material sciences. Oh, Mothman. Oh yeah, and you have, I like how they actually give you a timer, so... Oh, there's only 4 empires? Endless Space 2, in order to easier transition to the seat of Imperial power, the usual starting conditions, including unique faction traits that have been temporarily disabled. Well, never mind. In better understanding game fundamentals, these features will be re-enabled. Endless galaxies rich with opportunities, but also dangers in order to survive this universe. Then you build a mighty civilization that can conquer powerful foes. Your tale begins here. Galaxy in your home system, Ducey. Use the scroll wheel to zoom in. Click on the things to open the management. Oh yes, this thing from 1. Go to say it was commented by United Empire's Star Forefathers when they settled on Rhea. Today it is the beginning of our Empire's ambitions, but it can be made even stronger. Strengthen, you must master production and exploitation of several resources. Only colonized planets' resources can be used, so it's not like Stellaris in that case. Although, I mean, to be fair, also Stellaris you just get like token amounts. Like, it's good at the beginning of the game, but at the point where it's like, hey, you're making 1k alloy per turn. Well, you know, per month. You know, plus like 2 alloy ain't that good. Or ain't that much. 5 key resources are critical: food, industry, dust, science, and influence. There, so I guess food, well, yeah. Food is food, industry would be, minerals, I guess. Dust would be gold. Science is gonna be alloy? No. So science is unique, and, well, science is science in Celeste, but all your science really does is affect how fast you research. And influence, which is probably the same as influence. Reduction per, turn on any colonized planet scale with the population living on the planet. For example, in Raya, history base production is multiplied by 3. The total FIDZ, food, industry, dust, science, and influence production of the system for the next turn is displayed in the side panel, so that'll be per thing, so that's just Ducey. Note that even though there's only a single planet in the Ducey system, the total FIDZ production is greater than Raya's production because of system improvements. System improvements. See, yeah, so a little more, yeah, wow, a lot more industry. Will play a vital role in your empire's development as it will help to enhance the strengths and the weaknesses of a system. The list of system improvements constructed comes with a system side panel. Yeah, it's got them first recording of the day, so you know it's as you can see, 8:47. Oh boy. And never be storm. Dear Lord. Oh, so you should always have something under construction, otherwise industry resource of the turn will spare 1 turn later. So yeah, basically I guess industry isn't you. Well, no. What it probably is that industry works like, You can like if I require 38 industry, just by anything that probably or maybe uses it constantly, then we're fucked. But other than that, and never be stored, so you should always have something under construction as an industry resource. And we're all built. Construction shows what can be built. I'm really sorry. Oh god, sorry. I guess an entire day not saying anything doesn't help clear my throat. Like most interface elements, remembering that you can get more details by hovering over each construction. Also note that system improvements made once in each system improvement drone network is generally safe choice chart considering its effects. This is what oh yeah, this is a lot of reading. This extension of VR entertainment technology permits many individuals think rather than play together. Boost to science and productivity is worth a surprising effect. Catch a bizarre dream makes it from a user who's dozed off. Drone networks. Very independent of terrain, weather, and transportation infrastructure, squadrons of drones can deliver materials across the planet anytime required by judicial measures, whether it's sowing seeds or supplying raw materials. So, I think there's a limit. Oh, and you get more influence by building stuff then. Plus, you just get a flat plus 9, it seems. Which is probably, well, it's due to this, of course. And that's, yeah, home system. Here's the only problem, is even though Solaris, for the most part, it's gotten me a little more used to these types of games. Since I've been playing an AI for months, like, you know, a central computer type gameplay. Like, this should be uploaded while I'm still early into, like, United Nations of Earth on Solaris, but yeah, so because of that, like, contentment and these things don't exist for me. I have to deal with them, and I have to deal with 1,000 slavery messages. Understanding alien biospheres and alien workers permits the development of industrial projects that take these into account. By adapting tools, sites, and processes to local environments, farming is more efficient, so plus 10 fertile, plus 10 per planet, and plus 10 per temperate. So that could be like up to plus 30. And supermarkets, with vastly improved methods for selecting, growing, and harvesting foods, deliver any known dish or ingredient anywhere within a colonized world. Markets have essentially become infinitely large. It's Endless Research Park and Endless World. There remains of this outpost. This giant historical park will aid in exploring and understanding galactic history. Scholars come to see it, and as new historical events and objects are discovered, creates enormous wealth and knowledge for its builders. All giant entertainment comes connected to Endless World. Where they are, argument of runes and see the galaxy's endless dead. It's a galaxy and cannot be moved with an arc. And we can build a settler. And at the top of the queue, we'll use your system industry. Production turn after turn until it's built. So several turns might be required depending on the industry cost of your queued construction. Should run way better than Stars because it's not running 60 mods. As with other exploited resources, some food is produced with every turn. Industry it cannot be stockpiled and is mainly used. The first use of food is feeding an existing system population, and excess food is an automatic put towards and population growth. You can see population count just for 50 more turns, so we need how much? Okay. I'm guessing then for when we get 4 populations to go to 5, we need 400 and so on. And the population count won't increase for a few more turns. Realize that different population types live in the system. Usual. Okay. Rules there are many paths to these semi-yards, so they tend for economic and military development. Usual aggressive and martial. The usuals are known for the willingness to defend their honor and their allies. So that's the militarists. However, that many others exist across the whole galaxy, each of their own unique traits that can modify plant-based productions. Here's the thing, I am a very much an expansionist. So, we'll always probably go like military and industry. So that would be perfect for this, but I also like the idea of being like a AI, so. Around the system population count is a circular population growth gauge. Shows up a new unit population when we add it to system. Turns, if this happens, is shown by the turn counter to the right of the gauge. More excess food. Population growth. So also notice the population item that we created. Show my icon above the counter. So we're going to be making another Imperial. Then at some point we'll be making another usual. So that's like, you know, that's full. That's half. So that probably means that this is gonna then reset over. Be like that. I don't know. Because at some point it might be like, oh, you're gonna gain 2, or you're doing 2 system population growth. I don't know. Oh no, system science production is pulled across the whole empire. So research new technologies. Open the newly accessible technology screen to learn how to research some game-changing tech. Oh boy. I'll all these. Doing science. Hammer may have found the secrets of ordinary stars, but without further scientific discovery, your civilization will surely stagnate. We don't want that. Science production must be used to research new technologies to solve problems, old and new. Technology tree is split into 4 quadrants: power development, science and production, military and economic trade. Are split into stages, access to higher stages, and by researching a sufficient number of technologies from the previous stage of the corresponding quadrant. Oh wait, say that again. Oh, okay, so we need 1 and then 2 and all that. Okay, I understand now. So, or I guess semi, well, because here's the thing, I understand this, it's like Kingdom Hearts coming back. Where it's, I'm not having nearly as many well, I didn't have nearly as many problems that first session as I did the very first session. Just because, I still remember at least a tiny bit. Well, I feel like that's how, like, my schooling works, at least. Is that I generally, you know, I think a lot of people, like, more or less forget. By forget, I mean it's not in the forefront of your memory. You still remember a lot of what you've been taught. But then when they talk about, like, oh, you know, here's, vectors again. And then it's like, oh, yeah, I kind of remember vector. Oh, yeah. And then when they just talk about it, they don't have to, like, fully explain it, or they explain it. And once you grasp it a lot easier than the first time you're taught vectors and, like, statics. I thought some technology that automated increases reach in technology research. Using high stage technology will cost more science. Failed, I think, means, yeah. Which I'm not a big fan of, because I like just going infinitely until I own the entire galaxy, and that's not how these games normally run. Just can enable very different effects. Some will grant unique one-off capabilities, or empire-wide bonuses. Others will give some improvements or ship designs that need to be built in system. And serial-linked technologies are usually a sensible strategy. And using your science, you can recognize elements related to key research thanks to a color code. As you research several technologies are currently suggested. Such technology will take a fixed number of turns depending on your assignment. Note that several technologies should be used and your turn when ready. Alright. So we have xenolinguistics, which of course allows you to enable the exploitation of titanium. So let's see what we can do now. Well, actually, we can already go over here. Oh, that's a deed. So we can do plasma metallurgy. Metallurgy. Under carefully controlled conditions, application of extreme light currents, molten metallics can produce metal plasmas. Being fascinating to plasma physicists, these substances underpin some engineering marvels. So, it's cast under 31. It'll increase our enjoyment with industrials. And it'll let me exploit Zyphreium, and it gets +3 with strategic deposits. +1 per... So it's always going to be... In playing Transport Network, I don't know what that necessarily is. Okay, due to the fixed number... Okay, so what is this? What is this doing? A better understanding of alien biases and alien workers, experience the development of industrial projects, and can by adapting tools, sites, and processes to local environments, large projects will be much more efficient. So that was the thing that we had earlier, or I was seeing earlier. Yeah. Titanium refining. There are some technical difficulties in refining higher acid ores, such as assuring purity, quantity, stability. Yes, stability, I understand. And quantity as well. And it's machinery and processing ensure that titanium produces of impeccable quality. And then, so there's going to be an insane amount of reading, because, you know, I need to learn all this stuff, and I enjoy reading. Plus, at some point, it should, like, you know, because I'm constantly exercising my voice. Because I distinctly remember, like, the very first time, like, the very few, like, few months... Wait, what the fuck is the Android symbol doing in here? Anyways, I know, like, the very beginning of this channel, like, I'd record for, like, 1-2 hours, and my throat would just hurt. It's kind of hurting now, but, I've regressed in my abilities. Anyway, so, enjoy the CD notes.